If history repeats, Bitcoin should be topping out right now. And of course, I want to be exactly talk about this chart. I want to be talking about the imminent short-term big bounce on Bitcoin, which we're currently seeing, the CME gap that we're creating while we're seeing this massive bounce back towards the upside. I want to be obviously talk about a very big level of resistance we're right now approaching, and what is going to be happening if, in my opinion, we're going to be breaking above this level. What will I be doing with the massive $1 million buy orders I have set up on the lower side? Did I officially miss the entry on Bitcoin, or should we be still a little bit more patient? I am going to be answering all these questions and so much more on today's update video. So don't forget to once again watch that video till the end, slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes, will be highly appreciated. And let me jump straight away in today's update video. And of course, like I said in yesterday's video, I said liquidity is being built up above us. But the question is this already the bottom? Or is the bottom going to be a little bit deeper? And of course, many people are right now on the internet saying the bottom is now officially in after we're seeing this very strong bounce towards the upside. And I want to be saying clearly straight away here is that yes, I do think this is a very good bounce which we're seeing on the market. But for me to confirm a break of the range here, I need to see a confirmation of the break of the previous range high in the market. And that is clearly this level right here. So Bitcoin is actually right now at a very pivotal point in the market straight away while I'm recording this video. And that is that we're retesting this pivotal zone in the market. And if Bitcoin is going to confirm the break above this level, flip it into support, then potentially, yes, I am going to be closing my trades and going to be looking at new opportunities to potentially open up, of course, new trades on Bitcoin. But of course, as of for now, I will hold my trades open because ultimately this is going to be the best risk to reward to enter my positions, of course. I mean, we were only a few $1,000 off from having the perfect entry and calling the perfect bottom. But of course, sometimes you do miss out on these positions. But in my opinion, I am not 100% sure that this is actually already the bottom for Bitcoin, because many of the signals I'm currently looking at, for example, one of them is the CME gap. We're still seeing a CME gap getting created because this pump that happened over the course of the weekend. We're still yet to be seeing the break of the most critical zone of support that now is getting retested as resistance in this market. Also, if I am looking at the funding rates, I can clearly see in this move towards the upside, we're not seeing any negative funding whatsoever, and actually the funding is starting to go quite positive again here, which means that this is not necessarily a very strong bounce from the spot market, but there's also a lot of leverage once again getting used there. If I'm also looking at the liquidity heat map, of course, we can clearly see there's a ton of liquidity right at $117,000 level. So I have said it also exactly in yesterday's video. I said, I do think Bitcoin is going to go towards $117,000. I do think we're going to be going towards the upside. But of course, I didn't exactly predict this bottom right here, right? So for now on, yes, it could definitely be a scenario we're going to be going towards the top side. Grab out the liquidity. But for me to open up a trade on it right now is just an ever so slight too big of a risk on this moment of time here. Bitcoin at the same time, retesting a very critical level. If we can break above it, it is certainly going to be looking quite good for Bitcoin. And of course, most of the charts I discussed also in previous times as well are just indicating, okay, every single time it shows us it is so over, but it is actually a very great opportunity. And of course, one of the big opportunities I've been waiting for is, of course, this 50 weekly moving average. So far, we have not retested this level, but just looking back at many of these previous occasions, sometimes it can take a while here before we come towards the levels where we want to be opening up trades here. For example, over here, back in February 2025, we had a major flash crash, got bought up, another big dump here. Then only about 3 weeks later, we fill up that wick here. So for me right now, it is not about what is going to be happening today or tomorrow. I am going to remain to stay patient. I will remain to hold my trades open, and maybe it's going to take a while before we're going to get entered, but I still certainly believe I can fill up the orders I have set up on the lower side. And if you want to be staying up to date on all the trades, and not only my trades, but also from 5 other professional traders, make sure to join the VIP Telegram group using the second link in today's video description, because if you sign up an account, because if you join that VIP Telegram group over there, you're not only going to be staying up to date on all my trades in real time, you're going to be also staying up to date about more market insights from other professional traders, And one of the insights that I personally find very interesting right now here is this post from Polaris. And he is saying that the altcoin risk is very low right now. And he is, of course, also looking at certain setups on Ethereum. Actually, a very great long position he opened on Ethereum most recently. So guys, if you just want to be staying up to date about the market, learn more about it, make sure to join that VIP Telegram group here. But just like I said in the intro of this video, I want to be going in towards it ever so slightly right now here. Because in the intro I said, if history repeats, the Bitcoin top should be in here. Because if we're going to be looking at all the previous Bitcoin cycles and look at the days from the halving, approximately, 500 and something days after the Bitcoin halving, we tend to see the top being in. This was the case for the 2017 cycle. This was the case for the 2022 cycle. And yes, if I'm right now looking at Bitcoin, if we're going to compare these timings, the top should be in right now as well here if we're going to be believing still in the 4-year cycle. Because if we're looking at it, the top, of course, already came over here approximately, 2 weeks ago here on the beginning of October. And this is, of course, something that is worrying myself very heavily. For now on, I still remain to be believing that we could still see a slight little bounce towards the upside for Bitcoin since there's a lot of liquidity laying above us. But I am very much aware that if we're looking and comparing the previous Bitcoin cycles towards each other, we are definitely in a more riskier period in the market. So I do want everyone to be highly alert about that as well here, because I don't want you to be losing out on the next Bitcoin bear market, because it could be quite brutal, just like it has been on many previous bear markets as well here. Just like you can see on the Bitcoin cycle profit indicator, you can see we're right now at that last stage here. And yeah, historically, it does mean that the market top should be in anytime soon here. So that is, of course, something I want you to understand right now here. Bitcoin looks very interesting, but of course, while we're seeing this slight little bounce right here, ultimately, we're still in a bearish trend, right? So I want you to understand that on the bigger perspective. So yes, I will keep you guys up to date on all my trades here. Ethereum has been seeing a very strong bounce from off this region. Like said many times before already, for me, the perfect zone for me buying Ethereum is going to be $3,300 to about $3,500. And of course, in case that's not going to be happening, I'm not going to be opening up a new leverage long position on Ethereum. So all I'm doing right now is just be a little bit more patient. And also in general, guys, if you want to be then maybe copy trade me and also, guys, if you want to be copy trading me on my Ethereum or Bitcoin trades here, you can also, by the way, do so using the private Telegram group here. We made a group where you can basically copy trade me, which is, of course, absolutely amazing. And also, guys, by signing up an account using that first link in today's video description to WeX, you will be getting a 25% fee rebate, making this also the cheapest exchange out there to operate from. So if you're in general interested in trading, check out WeX. But anyways, guys, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap up that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.